Can you talk about any sort of challenges that you faced along this journey and maybe any doubts that crept up along the way?
One of the things I think about all the time, and I tell my students often, is I have never met anybody who has the same path as somebody else. And yet they have still gotten there somehow to wherever they needed to be or wanted to be. So I think and I'm sure you're encountering that with the people that you're talking to, everybody has some very circuitous path to where they end up.
That's absolutely right. And I think it's definitely good to keep that perspective. And ultimately, that's what I'm trying to convey here in the amalgamation of all these different interviews, is that there's not a single pathway, that everyone's
No.
path looks a little bit different. And, I wish that I could give you a list, steps 1 through 7, on how to become a professor at Harvard. But unfortunately, that list doesn't exist.
And I thought I was following that list, and I didn't like where I was going with when I was following. I didn't want to be at an R1 research focused. And I started to go really hard the other direction and got pulled kind of back to what I feel is a really happy medium. So I think there's a lot of options out there that aren't necessarily talked about with the same reverence.